Hi, we're Chris and Teresa, and we would love to guide you on your fiber arts journey. We own a successful fiber processing mill and online needle felting business, experienced at raising all fiber animals, and have renovated a 100-year-old school into a fiber arts retreat center.
Processing, needle felting, yarn, roving, fiber animals, and sustainable agriculture are all topics discussed here. Think of this as your one-stop shop for advice, information, tips, and getting your questions answered on all things from farm to needle. So pull up a seat, make sure you're cozy, and get ready to be inspired while you learn. This is EweTube.
Welcome to EweTube 248.
Oops! I gotta go get our next review of the krill yarn. So you just talk up.
I will.
I will.
Okay, turn your thing off because we know how that goes.
Oh, because I'll hum all the way down there.
Like a llama. So I think I mentioned last time that the ewes are now in rotation, and so every 1 or 2 days we will move the sheep into their next little paddock is what they're called. And so they're only on each little section for 1 or 2 days, and they'll eat the grass down so far, and then we want to move them out before they eat it, pull it out by the roots. So I have a few videos of us moving the sheep, and they're so happy, and I just truly love this time of year, watching them in the grass with their lambs. They're so excited to be out there and having all the food all the time, which they've had, but they seem to really enjoy their time in just eating grass.
Christina Bourne gave us, when we were at Shepherd's Harvest, another review of the krill yarn, which is cool.
So we sent out krill yarn
Yep.
to those that were interested
Yep.
as a test.
As a test, because we wanted some input back. Okay, so then Christina's background is I have very little embroidery experience, working with only cotton thread. Further, I didn't even know what krill was. However, I wanted to embroider embellishments onto my wool felt, because she's a felter. She's taken a few of...
She's been here a couple times, taking needle felting classes from me and Jean.
Okay, so we sent her Romney and Lincoln krill yarn. And the Lincoln, she liked how uniform it was. It was easy to create a uniform look with my stitches. It was a bit rougher to pull through the felt, but not an issue, just a comparison. My only issue was when working with French knots, they ended up being with lots of long fuzzies. I needed to needle felt them a bit to make them look cleaner. And the dyed Romney, she said, I like how soft it... Oh, sorry. Yes, turn that off. Yeah. I like how I like how soft it feels. It's lovely to touch. Its twist was looser, making it a bit less uniform. But the more relaxed twist also made it more texture in the stitches, which is lovely against the handmade felt. Overall, I really enjoyed working with wool on wool. Wool thread not only felt good to work with, but it wasn't as slippery as the cotton. And it also looked really nice against the felt, as it's not as shiny as cotton. Given my design was nature-based, it was a mushroom, the wool gave it a much more earthy look. Now, if I had to choose, I would pick the Romney to avoid the fuzzies. Thanks for letting me review. I would never have thought to use wool, as I had always thought embroidery thread was just the cotton stuff you picked up at Michael's. Ha! You've expanded my creativity world.
Yay.
So Yay!
Yes,
So,
thank you.
yes,
for
thank
doing
you.
that.
She handed that to us at Shepherd's Harvest this year, and
And she showed us her examples.
yes, it was super cute.
But you don't have pictures of that.
Of course I don't, because I'm not that organized. But it was a cute little mushroom.
take pictures.
Yeah, it was cute. Yep,
Yeah, the stem of the mushroom is really cute how she did it.
yeah. But we don't have a picture of that, so.
Well, Christina could send it.
You
couldn't you?
could. We are aiming to get the cruel yarn listed. So very soon.
This week,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. So, anywho,
Pictures
yes,
have not been taken, however.
yes.
So last week we asked you about, so we were contemplating going to this quilt market, a wholesale show in Houston, Texas, and we asked what you guys thought, and we got some really cool answers, and like thought was put into it, and we really appreciate that because so we have decided to go through with filling out all of their information, which is a little extensive. And we're going to see, we don't even know how much the booth costs right now, but we are very confident that our staff here could handle it fine without us. So we want to get out there and promote it to the people that need to hear it.
So we'll just wait and see. Let you know if we'll be heading to Houston or not.
Yeah, so we always appreciate your comments and thinking through our issues and
Yes,
helping us out.
yes, we do. So appreciate that. Oh my goodness.
So last week we got some new books in, which I had found when I was looking for new books to add. Looks like there's spots on that.
One of them being from the Amy Oxford. So that is, we are working on the punch needle kits, which we are very close to doing the directions and getting those out and about so you can purchase them. And this is
Amy
one of
Oxford
the
is like the queen of punch
punch
needle.
needle. Yeah, and we are going to be using her tools.
Yeah, so
in
she
the
designed the
kits.
tools for punch needle that we have heard from so many
That they
are
prefer.
superior. And so when I saw that she had books, here you hold this one. She had books that were available. I thought, well, we have to sell them in our store.
Yep.
And so Chris and I have been looking
Perusing
through them.
them. Yes.
See what we can learn. This one is more of an advanced. What we have seen in this one, I've just glanced through it, is like the 3D, not 2D, 3, I don't know. Where it's coming
where you're
off of the-
sculpting. You're sculpting more because you're doing shaving techniques on the yarn as well as different heights and whatnot. So it's pretty cool.
So these are available online. BearCreekFelting.com. You can buy them there. And I have been working, so last week we shared a little bit about my Oryx, which is the safari, the needle felting safari that is happening this fall. The first year we did it was the elephant, last year was giraffe. And as a class, they decided that the Oryx should be the next one.
Which is interesting. Yeah.
Right? Because they were intimidated by the zebra. And which is funny to me because as I'm making this Oryx, I'm like, you guys. You were scared of the zebra. But
Oh,
this is
look at how
kinda-
the Oryx is coming together.
It's kind of a zebra.
Yeah.
So he's
Super cute.
got
Wow.
unique markings
Very
here,
much.
and there's more coming on his body. But yeah,
Pretty
he's
cute.
come a long way.
Pretty cute.
Yeah. So, okay, Chris can talk about the next thing while I come with the little surprise.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we have got Creativity Camp coming up next week, and the earliest you're going to be seeing this is Saturday, so there is still many spots available for Creativity Camp. So I would encourage you to join. I don't know what she's doing over here. And come and and craft with us and bring your projects, and it's such a great time, and it's just such a great time to retreat. And oh my goodness, what in the world? Where did you get those?
They're made special for us, for this class.
Wow! Those are insane!
I've decided this is how they scratch.
Oh my gosh! Those are amazing!
Mm-hmm.
That is impressive. That was what was in the little box?
Yeah. Chris was looking at my box, which totally confused her.
Yeah.
I just had him in there to keep him safe.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
lots of goodies in there, but.
Wow, that is amazing.
And they come right out. So traveling.
Yeah, those are
pretty
amazing.
There's still room in the Oryx retreat.
Wow.
If you would like to come. You need a little bit of experience to be able to complete this, but I would love to have you join us.
Not much, right?
Well, like I think
kits.
I have told you this before, but we had someone last year that had felted one time 7 years ago, and she showed up and made the cutest giraffe ever.
Yeah. Aww.
Yes. So
That's pretty cool. Yeah, those are super
if you want to get the most out of
neat.
it, I would do a couple kits first.
Yeah.
It would help you.
Nice.
Because a lot of these guys have been to 2 safaris.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Pretty cool. All right. Okay. So, Huff, Goohoff, Sunrise Supply.
Okay.
No.
Goohoff.
How you say that? Goof.
Did you take phonics?
Goof.
And did you learn phonics? Guffaw.
I would never have guffaw. Guffaw. Is it French?
No, don't you guffaw sometimes?
No, I never guffaw.
You probably have. You
I-
didn't realize you were guffawing.
Okay.
Okay, so these were some ideas for the baby llama that was born at my farm. So hum, guffaw, sunrise, surprise, and cluck.
And what are you leaning towards?
Maybe you can guess.
Clock. Right?
Cluck? Cluck kind of fits him.
Does it?
Yeah.
He looks like a
Opposite.
cluck.
Yes. With parents Ozzy and Harriet.
Ozzy, Harriet, and a cluck.
So
That's cute.
Ozzy has been put out with the cows
Yeah.
because he wasn't
Behaving.
thinking with his brain. And so he is out with the cows and he can still see Harriet, but he just can't do things.
Okay.
And so he's out in the pasture with the cows. And so Jeff was trying to get them in because we were bringing some cows and their calves out to pasture. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't there, but he said that Ozzy just, at one point, there's one heifer that's kind of a little wild, and he just came running, and they all went berserk because they're scared of Ozzy.
What?
Well, if you've seen Ozzy running, they haven't been sheared in a couple of years, and in the wind, and his teeth are like.
They aren't that bad. They're not that bad.
And so when you see Ozzy running at you, you're a little bit frightened. And all his wool is flopping. So yeah, the one like was so scared, was trying to like jump over the fence and just like flipped over on her back. And Jeff's like, oh, I sure hope she doesn't break a leg. But
great
yeah, everything was
Scott.
fine.
Oh, great,
But,
Scott.
yeah,
So is
Ozzy,
Ozzy
very-
out in the pasture with those little fellows, or is he still in the farmyard?
Nope, he's in the farmyard.
Okay. That's cool.
With, yeah, not the cows and their calves, but
Yeah.
with some steers and yeah.
Yeah. Well, very good.
And Harriet and Cluck are still, they're in with the geriatric ewes
good.
and lambs.
That's good. That's a good place for them. Yeah.
And because we need them close, because hopefully Hillary is going to come and share soon. And then we're going to bring Harriet and Cluck out with the yearling ewes, hopefully here to know, because then they can protect them from coyotes. We don't know about Ozzy.
So, our creativity plan of the month
Is
spinning. Spinning something very different than we're used to spinning.
yeah. So we've both spun. It's maybe been like what got us going.
It's what got me going, that's for certain.
Spinning. I definitely did spinning before. Well, no, maybe not. I wanted
Before
to learn
felting?
spinning, but I didn't have a spinning wheel. So I felted before spinning. But spinning has been a major part of our fiber arts activities.
Absolutely.
And so
So it
we
was fun to do.
decided, so we were trying, because it's almost June, or is it June now?
It's June now. It's the 1st. Saturday the 1st.
We were going to do something new every month. So we're going to have 12 new things that we learned. And we started with embroidery, which I don't know if we've mastered, but we sure did. We did it.
We mastered a cruel yarn line out of that. And then we went on to
punch needle. And guess where that went?
punch needle kits.
So we
Coming
thought
soon,
we
very
have a list of ideas that we had for the year, and we're like, what can we do that with materials we already have, because June 1st is now, and so we needed ideas, and we're like, I know that there's this book. I'm gonna have to go get it.
Yes, this book that came with the library.
Well, we might share this book when we're spinning. We're going to be
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, upstairs. And sure enough, there it was. The only book in her library on spinning that we could find.
Which doesn't say a lot.
Yeah.
And when I thought of it, I was like, I know there's this one book that has spinning techniques that, because we
Like for art yarn and different techniques.
we've
Yeah.
done basic spinning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And pride ourselves in our knowledge on basic spinning.
Pride ourselves in our knowledge? I don't know if I'd say that.
Anyway, we wanted to expand that, so we're doing some different spinning.
Yeah.
And so we're going to introduce you to that now. This is a Kiwi Ashford. This is a Spinolution Echo.
Echo. The book that we talked about that kind of was our inspiration on what should we do? Well, let's spin some type of art yarn. So we both knew that this book with the white art yarn on the front was somewhere.
We had seen it. We knew about it. And it was like, well, maybe we need to learn some techniques.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we both just did basic spinning.
Yeah.
That's all we've ever done.
Yep.
And so let's learn some fun things. So this is Spinning, The Spinner's Book of Yarn Designs by Sarah Anderson. And I have looked through this book and I have found, I don't know if it's the hardest.
Of course
it was
is the
something that
hardest.
spoke to me.
It's the most
cable yarn.
uniform and
It's beautiful. A lot of this other stuff is like, I don't know if I would use that, but this, and I don't know if you can see it, cable yarns. There's a zip tie here holding this together. Anyway, the cable, can you adequately describe what you're doing?
you keep talking. I'll just keep spinning my stuff.
Something. She didn't find her inspiration in the book.
Nope,
Sorry,
I found
Sarah
it.
Anderson.
I found it from Lacey Boggs, which, yeah, anyway, you keep going.
Anyway,
Having some
I've
issues
never
here.
done this before. I don't know if I can even do it. But meanwhile, there is 8 plies. So in a couple weeks, you'll see.
In a couple weeks.
My yarn. She's gonna have an example here shortly of whatever yarn she's making. But I need to do 8 plies of really thin yarn. And then I'm going to ply it together in these. And then it's gonna look as cute as that, hopefully. Hopefully.
Okay, I am trying to do, it's by J.C. Boggs. It's an auto wrap is what I'm doing the first ply here.
And I should look if it's in the book. Auto what?
Auto wrap. J.C. Boggs. And if you're a spinner, you know that name. She's amazing, absolutely amazing. And what I'm doing is we have wrinkles here that
Wrinkles is my ram.
CVM ram, and I pulled it off the spinner, and it's beautifully pin drafted, and
it is beautiful.
It is just a breeze to spin.
See our little coils.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the coil. Here you go. The coil, it's all coiled up, and it's just been super fun to spin. But what I'm doing is I am also adding in silk. I have kind of a rainbow colored silk as well as red silk. So as I go along, I build up some twists like this, and then I stop it, and then I open up my drafted roving here, and I'll tuck in a little bit of my silk, and I'm using mulberry silk, dyed mulberry silk, and then I let the twist grab the mulberry silk, and then I continue spinning it, and then it makes kind of, of course, an
what
interesting.
What did you call it again?
Auto wrap.
Auto wrap. Look at this cute picture. Auto wrapped.
Oh, that is cute. See now, but I've had troubles because now the first wheel I used, which
we're
was
not gonna say.
Yeah, we're not gonna say
that,
it.
And
just
we love it.
Yeah, absolutely. But for this art yarn, it just wasn't cutting it. So I've delved over to this
Echo,
and because it doesn't have an orifice, which is really super cool for this art yarn. It just spins so beautifully. It's just so beautiful. So the ply that I'm going to be doing is going to be just regular. So just a regular
ply.
I'm going to actually do it a really thin.
You should have done it in a different. Never mind.
Yeah, it's going to be white.
It's white.
Then it's white.
Wrinkles.
Okay, so wrinkles.
You may have heard about wrinkles before.
Wrinkles is why is wrinkles?
He's wrinkled a couple fences.
He's wrinkled a couple fences
with his head.
Seriously?
Right? He has little wrinkles on his face
Yeah.
that are like little folds.
He's so cute.
He is cute.
Yep.
He has cute babies.
Yeah. And when I saw his fleece, I told Carla or Mariella and Helen, I said, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to spin wrinkles. So I was spinning wrinkles, and then we decided that we were going to do spinning for our June creativity.
Just a few hours ago.
Yeah, so then we pulled the rest off.
We plan ahead.
And oh my goodness, it's just so much fun to spin this pin drafted roving.
California
Variegated mutant. Isn't it fun just to spin from this coil?
It is. I like it.
Oh my goodness,
I don't know why this spinning wheel is doing this.
Yeah. Well, Chris and Gail put that together, so could be the reason. But anyway, Teresa's just doing a straight, and I'm stopping every now and then, and I'm imparting a piece of this. Imparting.
I don't know. Imparting.
A piece of the silk into it.
Chris has her own language.
I do. I like to. Yeah, sniglets it used to be called, but not
It's what?
anymore. Sniglets. It used to be called sniglets. Anyway,
Sniglets?
sniglets.
Your language?
But this is so much fun just to spin
This is
straight.
really
I'm
fun.
really excited because I've got to finish this little bit, and then I'm going to ply it. So next week, you're not going to see this. You all won't see this until next week. I'm going to apply it with I'm going to spin a very thin strand of straight CBM wrinkles.
Which is what I'm doing.
And you're just going to do that and just
Forever.
ply it up.
For the next 6 weeks.
It's going to take a while.
Actually,
to get
I'm on my
A-plies.
second bobbin.
Yeah, it won't take that long. Maybe by next week we can have, well, I'll have some examples. Will you?
If I win.
Next week, next YouTube. Get on it.
Well, if I don't do anything else.
Well, we need you to do other things too.
Sometimes I need to do other things, but this is really fun.
This is really fun.
We
yeah.
haven't taken the time to spin
No.
for a while.
And I don't think I've ever spun from a coil like this straight off that's been.
And I don't know why she hasn't. She has a stinking.
I know! What's wrong with me? Oh my
Why wouldn't
goodness.
you? Because if you would spin from roving, if you have
This has been pin drafted 3 times.
pin drafted,
And it's just like feeds so nice.
it really does. I'm able to make this really thin yarn right now.
Oh wait, I keep forgetting to impart
pretty
my
happy about.
color. So this is going to be kind of cool.
Oh, that was fun, wasn't it?
We had just a couple questions in all the comments that we had, which was wonderful. And they were llamas about what llama sounds is what they were about. Do llamas hum and cluck? And I would affirm that, right?
Oh, we definitely know they hum, but you didn't know about clucking.
I didn't know about the clucking. I personally wouldn't call it clucking. I would call it more of a gargle.
But it's not, that's not clucking.
No, but
I'm gonna have to research this.
okay.
I haven't heard any clucking because we have chickens and their clucking is.
Do they go? They kind of speak to the baby. They have to. She has to speak to the baby.
And she
a
does
little.
that clucking?
I don't know. I never had any baby. I never had any llama baby.
She doesn't talk to it when I'm out there.
Oh,
So I haven't heard any clucking.
they hum.
We're gonna look that up.
Lots of humming.
Llama clucking.
Llama clucking.
But this brings to mind something, and I think you've mentioned it before. I don't know if you mentioned on YouTube, but when they go to the bathroom, do they always go to the same spot?
Yeah,
Is it llamas or alpacas?
both. Why?
Because there's a spot.
Yeah. They make toilets.
It's,
The camel doesn't, though. Of the camels, llamas and alpacas, they designate an area, so it's really easy to do pasture cleanup and whatnot. Because it's just like
but it's not
pile.
spreading the fertilizer around.
No.
It's just like weird piles of big sheep poop.
Yeah. That's what they do.
So I wonder why they do that.
I don't know. It made it really easy because for 3-4 months we
Who does
had.
pasture cleanup? What are you talking about?
Okay, when I first got my alpacas, I would go out daily
And clean their pasture?
and clean their pasture. I would clean up because they have little toilets. I had this special little, it was a grain shovel and this tiny little rake, and I would clean up all their little droppings and haul it away. Yeah, it was, and then I even went so far as inside the barn, I had a bed of sand because, of course, I was raising them for their fiber and I did not want straw, hay, anything in their fiber, so I had a bed of sand for them. So I would take a kitty scoop and clean up their little.
How many did you have?
I had 4. Yeah. So I was able to do that for a few years until I got more animals, and then I wasn't able to because at one time I had like 12 alpacas. And
So I don't know why they do that, because sheep could care less where they're doing
sheep
this.
don't do that. Camels
They do
don't
it in their
that.
water
Yep.
and their feed.
In their buckets, in their you name it. It's like sometimes it's how creativity, what's the word?
Creative.
How creative can I be in pooing?
Where I put
in
this.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they just have little toilets. Okay, so we had a little bottle baby Crea. Jessie, who last week we toured her mill, Jessie Munson, and she brought this little bottle baby alpaca to the mill for 4 months because she was feeding it 3 times a day. And it was super easy to train it to go on puppy pads. So the thing would be running around doing hot laps and whatnot in the mill, and then would run over to the puppy pad and do its thing. It was amazing. Navajo weaving, that is going to be amazing, and that's coming up in July. Yeah, and there are quite a few spots, and that is with Betty Carlson, and it's going to be amazing.
We both would like to take it. So you might be with us.
Should be super cool.
Well, and any retreat here is pretty cool. So
Yes.
add to that you're learning something new. She teaches the culture of the Navajo weaving as well. And the pictures on there don't do it justice. So.
Never do. You cannot, it's just not possible to encapsulate in a picture or video the Gnome Schoolhouse. You just can't. It's not possible.
I was talking about the weaving, but...
Oh, that too. Oh, goodness. And then we have pottery class all about clay, which is it's kind of fun.
It's filling up,
Yeah,
so you're going to have to be
on
on that. And then we have acrylic painting classes with Ellen Diedrich, and she is very well known in North Dakota for her
and
excellent
down in
painting
California.
skills. Yeah.
This is an incredible honor, an incredible privilege.
So
if
you've ever had any thought of, I'd like to learn how to paint acrylic, and this is the perfect opportunity because Ellen will be an excellent teacher. Plus, you get to come stay here. If you're not into fiber arts, this is the answer.
Yep.
You can come learn how to paint.
Absolutely.
Creativity Camp is coming up next week, and there's still room there. We would love to have you come. We have guests from a distance coming in,
Washington,
and we're looking forward to just relaxing, working on the things that you enjoy creating. And then we have mini classes where you can learn new things. You don't have to participate in those. All of your meals are provided, drinks, everything, mill tour, all of the fun things that you can do here at the Gnome Schoolhouse are included, and we'd love to have you. We're also planning a creativity camp this fall, so if you can't make this one, try and fit that in.